Today we're doing some coding. I've been putting this off for a while because I'm at the point in the project where I need to start making decisions that are not obvious and whose outcomes might punish me later on. It's regarding some of the data objects in my app and kind of how they relate to each other. I was hoping that I would just wake up and have an answer one of these days, but that hasn't happened. And now I think I'm at the point where I just need to go in and do it. There's a few other things I need to do before that. But first of all, I need to clean this desk up. So what I have open here, and I hope you can see it, is my Jira board. And there's a lot happening here, but the basic functionality is it's generating one of these tickets every day. A bunch of tasks, some prompts. It also has some gauges where I input my sleep score, and then I can leave comments if I want. And I can also add in extra items here. Record a video, for example. I think this is the part we want to move today. And it lets me do two things. It lets me keep track of standing items, right? I basically want to journal every day. I also want to take my creatine every day. But then there might come things ad hoc. So this is the very basic functionality. This works perfectly fine in Jira, and then I want to add on things on top of that in Aurelio. So I've done a little bit of a design in here. Now, this is not what I want the app to look like. It's not very aesthetic, as you can see. But this is just what I have here on the right, still in Jira, transplanted into a little bit of a cleaner format. And I think what I want to do today is just to get this going. So I want to have a user. I want that user to have a daily to-do generated, and then I want basically that user to be able to add items on and then update the status on them. So that's the very basic goal of today, and we'll kind of see how far we get. All right, so I've set up a very simple onboarding here. The next step, I think, is going to be configuring the item or data class that will hold the document here, the to-do list. And I have to be honest, I have not quite figured out this part yet. But what I'll do, I think, is just have a button that generates a document for me, and I'll fill it in as I go. We'll see how it goes. All right. So I'm just about to start building the to-do list, and I keep struggling when thinking about exactly what it is I wanted to do. I have this concept in my head that seems very clear, but then when I try to put it down in code, obviously you need to be more absolute, and that's where I run into trouble. So let's try and think about this a little bit. What I want is for it to be a to-do list. Now, I want there to be reoccurring items on this to-do list because I have things I want to do every day. I also want to be able to group items together into projects or maybe habits, kind of like Jira epics. Basically just a folder. So I need there to be an item and I need them to be able to be grouped together so several items can go into one. Now every item is still just a document in my database. The to-do list, that's basically an item that has several items in it. And then maybe each of those items could have several. So this is where I run into like a recursion issue. And I haven't decided if I want to go the route of Jira, where everything is a ticket and you can connect tickets in every way and they can loop back and forth and you can have tasks and subtasks and it's very flexible. I'm just not sure if that's something I want to do. I think what I'll do is I will just assume for now that the to-do list is something separate. So the to-do list actually isn't an item like everything else. It's just a collection of items that's static for the user and then saved as its own thing every day. So I can do a to-do list class and then I can have that from different intervals. I think I want a daily, weekly, monthly. So I can kind of keep track of things in that way. Because I find quite often that I know this week I need to get this done and then I want to slot them into each day. Or this month I really want to fix that. I don't think, for me at least, I don't plan that much on a very detailed level above a month. So I think those 3 intervals is fine. And then maybe the user can customize it later. But maybe I'll do that. So we'll have a to-do list. It's a to-do list class. And then we will fill it with items. And those items, they're their own separate object. And that means that they can have a type. I can kind of keep track of them. You could predefine them. Maybe if you have a habit that includes a bunch of things, maybe you want to work on your mindfulness. You could have like meditation, taking a walk, and so on. Those could all be grouped towards that, so you can pull statistics or get reminders or follow-ups. I'm not really sure about that, but maybe that will be something cool to do. Okay, so a quick little update. I've decided that basically the to-do list here is its own object and it will be filled with these items, which is basically what I have here. Now, this is all very basic and it's all offline. So obviously I need to make sure that there's a document that's generated each day and then probably that the user can create these item types, configure how their daily to-do list wants to be, and there's a lot of work to be done still. Obviously, we haven't built the whole thing in a couple of hours. But this feels like a big step for me, at least. I've kind of settled on a design pattern for the data classes here. So now I just need to hook them up to the back end, kind of make them live on the server instead of just locally here. And yeah, I think that's the next step. So let's do that.